In this video, I'm going to be ranking my order of the Taylor Swift albums. I will say I've only listened to 7.5 of them, and of the Taylor's version, I only listened to the ones from Speak Now and Red. Still never got to the Fearless Taylor's version. It's been only a month and a half, and honestly, I've chugged through so many albums. I fell in love with so many songs in the process that honestly, I'm kind of a bit amazed as to how many albums I was able to get through in that time, given how many songs I go back to and just keep listening over and over again. I can definitely say being a Swiftie was the right call. Now, people want to know what my favorite Taylor Swift songs are in a ranking of that, but that video is going to have to wait for a bit, but in this video I'm going to rank my favorite albums. I know it's a bit of a weird perspective. I have listened a lot of the songs from Midnight have come on the radio, only like one song from Evermore, so I'm going to leave those two out of this, but I can say I've listened to enough of Folklore to get the vibe from it, and that is my least favorite album. Folklore is just like this weird album. Honestly, it's more like Ariana Grande than Taylor Swift. I hate Ariana Grande, and if it was 2020, it would be really hard for me to become a Swiftie. Really hard for me to become a Swiftie if this is what the most recent music is. This is why you never really heard of this album that much. Really, only 4% of Swifties find this to be their favorite album. Evermore too, another weird album, but at least they have Willow. This literally is just a bunch of weird songs I haven't really heard of. It's like, it just doesn't vibe well with me. Like, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't vibe well with me. Number 7, I'm going to put as the original Taylor Swift album. Again, not really Taylor Swift the same way that you think about it now. This is back when she was more of a country singer, and I'm not saying I hate the album, but honestly, the most well-known song from that, Our Song, not really a song that I have a particular love for. I mean, like, honestly, not exactly my cup of tea in that. The Tim McGraw song is, like, alright, but again, like, this is Taylor Swift back when she was a country singer. And I would not have been able to become a Swiftie off of that alone. Like, I'm not that big into country music, unfortunately. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have Speak Now. Now, first of all, I do owe Ava an apology for bashing this album. This is actually her favorite album, and I bashed it right in front of her. So, I'm sorry about that. But, in all seriousness, a few of the songs are good. A few of them I can get behind and even try to, like, sing as if I like them. But, to be honest, though, this album has a lot of more meh songs. Again, it's still from a country singer era, and there's only like a few breakthroughs. Speak Now is a song that I can very easily get behind. Enchanted is a song that I can very easily get behind, but there aren't too many others. Some of the Volta tracks have better songs that I'm sure I could get behind if I have the time to. But overall, this album, it's like better than some of the others, but by no means is it like that great of a Taylor Swift album. But it's alright. I mean, like, they have some good songs in there, and I was too harsh on the album. And this is exactly the kind of album that as a Swiftie I should not be insulting. Like, Folklore, people get it because of just like how bland the album is, and it's also understandable with the original album. But Speak Now, people love Speak Now, and especially because I want to be a Swiftie, I should probably not have bashed it the way that I did. But that doesn't mean I'm a big fan of it. Though, if someone does want to start singing Enchanted with me, I would like to actually kind of do that. Although I did that with Malefic, so It's alright. Anyway, coming in at the number 5 spot, we got Fearless. Fearless is like another kind of country album, and I'm not a big fan of love songs, but Taylor Swift has an amazing way of singing love songs. And it's just enough songs were able to click with me in the album that it actually made me kind of like it. Again, me being a Swiftie got off to a slow start until some of these more later albums, but I still gotta say, this album did have a few fire songs in it, and it's gonna take some time for me to really get them back into my head, but I could do it. I could become a Fearless fan, kind of. But as of right now, it's in the number 5 spot out of 8. The number 4 spot, I've been juggling is between 2 albums, Red and Lover, and this has been really hard for me to say. Red is an album where, in my opinion, there's a few fire songs, but a lot of them are just kind of blah, same as always. Not same as always, same as the older albums I'm not too big of a fan of, with a few fire songs within there, 22. We Are Never Getting Back Together. The vaulted song Message in a Bottle, I have a particularly diehard love of. Probably the song I love the most out of any of the first 4 albums is that song. Now, Lover, on the other hand, I have too many favorites from, but I have some, and it's another kind of interesting and fun album, that's also from the more modern era of Taylor Swift. So in that regards, I think I'm going to say that I like Lover a little bit more than Red. I'm going to put Red at 4 and Lover at 3. However, both albums I can get behind. Not saying I'm the biggest fan of them, but they're very easy albums that I can recognize with. I like Lover a little bit more, but Red is not a bad album in any way, shape, or form. They have a lot of fire songs. I Know You Are Trouble, another song that I like, and there's probably other songs I like in it that if I took the time to actually sit through, that I would actually like a lot. So, in no way am I saying these are bad albums. I really love a lot of the songs in these albums. I'm just saying that Lover is a little bit easier for me to have that love of than Red. But while I am a lover of Lover, that sounds weird, I'm even more of a lover of Reputation, my second biggest album, where a lot of my favorite songs are located. Ready For It and Delicate, the song that initially inspired my friends to make me a Swiftie. Endgame, although I hate the fact that it's an Ed Sheeran collaboration, don't like that guy. Even Don't Blame Me, the song I get behind, and Getaway Car, another song that I like, it's just that it's hard to memorize. I have a lot of amazing songs that come out of Reputation, and they have my favorite track 5. Delicate, by hands down, is my favorite track 5. So why isn't it my favorite album? Well, as much as this is my favorite album, both kind of fell off the deep end at the end a little bit. Reputation, I feel like, fell off a little bit quicker. There's songs that weren't exactly as great. They came sooner in the album. It was a hotter start, but the finish kind of melted down a little bit faster. And yes, that is what makes me a big fan of 1989. 1989 is my favorite album. I even had it written on my arm yesterday. And I mean, was the core reason why I became a Swiftie in the first place. I knew from the whole time that getting through some of those earlier albums was tough, but 1989 would be incredibly rewarding. I was right. You start off with Welcome to New York. Then you have Blank Space and In Style. Out of the Woods Yet is a song that, again, the messaging behind it kind of just messes with my brain a little bit, but it's good. All you have to do is stay. You know, not the greatest of songs, but definitely a song I can get behind. And it's pretty good for a track 5 that are normally just moody and depressing songs that I just can't listen to. Shake It Off, which I actually heard the White Maccabia team, it's White West Blue by the way, at our camp, they're doing, one of the songs they're doing is based off of this Taylor Swift song of Shake It Off. Find a little bit of a weird song to sing, but I still love it. I Wish I Would, that's a song that troubles me a little bit more. I mean, like, I know people love it, but I'm just saying, like, not exactly my type. But then there's Bad Blood. This song does relate back to so many conflicts to me. That's a hard song for me to listen to. That being said, I still like it. I just find it emotionally challenging to listen to. But I still like it, and I will still sing it if I have to. Wildest Dreams. I will say the album does fall off. There's a deluxe edition with 3 songs that I still have to get to at some point. I still have 2.5 albums to listen to. I will say that songs 10 through 13 are largely meh, like Clean. But overall, 1989 definitely does just have to be my, favorite album. And that's why that was the album that got written on my arm yesterday. Which, by the way, I promise you I was not the one who wrote that. And I wouldn't have abbreviated Swiftie for Life as S4L, because also that often means single for life. But I wasn't the one who wrote it, and this is what got written on my arm. But there's a reason for it. I am a massive 1989 fan. And this is the Taylor Swift version that's being released on October 27th. By the way, a lot of you are wondering if I've been to the Taylor Swift concert live. No, I wasn't a Swiftie back then. And even if I was a Swiftie back then, my parents would not let me buy tickets. That being said, there's a live concert in Mexico City. I won't be able to stay up to watch the whole thing if it starts when I think it's going to start. That being said, I'll be able to watch some of it. I just need to maybe get a TikTok account, maybe it's on Instagram. August 5th, 26th, 27th, I will be able to watch it live. Not the 24th, because I'm getting up super early in the morning and I have Marching Band camp the next day. But the other days, I promise you, I will listen to this Taylor Swift concert at home, but live.